Hey y'all, it's your girl. I'm back. I know you see me in my bonnet and you're like, why does she have on her bonnet? And the bonnet is symbolic, and I'll get to it. You'll understand at the end of the story. So, 2019, I've been open to uh dating, just going on dates. Um, but I opened up my range of who I would date. So, your girl in her late 30s, I mean, times, getting it's not getting hard, but I'm just saying you have to kind of to get what you want, start doing stuff that you haven't done. And so I've only dated black men. So I went to a, a predominantly white middle school and high school. In middle school, a little puppy love. I might have dated a Caucasian guy or two. But once I got in high school, that didn't happen. Even though it was predominantly white school, I only dated the black guys in school. And then I went to a HBCU, so I definitely only dated black guys. And I was in a relationship for a long time, for like 8.5 years, with just one particular guy. So that, he was black. So that was one thing. And I just, that's just what my idea was, that I would just only date black men because I love black men. But I was like, I gotta be open because I am still single. So let me give it a shot, because a guy reached out to me and he was Indian, like Hindu Indian. He was American citizen. He had been in America for 20 years, but he was originally born in India. So we chatted. We met online on a dating site, and we chatted. And he was just really nice, and um, he seemed like he had his life together. He had been married before and divorced. He had no kids. Um, he was a successful um business person. I think he was a financial planner, and he owned a business. What business does he own? But he owns a business and he's a financial planner, and he just has a nice like portfolio. Okay. So, we're talking. We only talked on the phone 3 to 4 times, but we text some, and we really talked a lot on Messenger. I mean, not Messenger, on the dating site. So I was kind of concerned, like, okay, is he gonna have a strong accent? I'm not gonna be able to understand him, because when we got on the phone, we didn't talk for that long. I mean, I could hear a little accent, but it was fine. So he asked me to meet him for dinner at Fleming's restaurant. So I don't know if you're familiar with Fleming's. It's in Stony Point. It's a steakhouse. It is right next to the PF Chang's, and it is a steakhouse like a Roof Chris or a Morton Steakhouse. I think it's a little. I feel like it's a little pricier than Roof Chris, but it's comparable to that. So I met him there. I had never been there. I have been to Chris and Morton's, but I had never been to Fleming's, even though it's next to PF Chang's, which is one of my favorites. So I meet him up there, and I am greeted with a dozen red roses. Now let me tell you, I've been dating the men, and I've been dating my brothers, and when I show up to a date with them, they do not have roses for me. They don't have not a flower, not a daisy, not a lily, not something they picked up out the ground on their way over. Nothing for me. They don't have a bear. Um, nope. I feel like I'm just lucky that they're treating me to dinner. So let's just be thankful for that, and that cause anyways. So I was really impressed by that. I was impressed by that he had presented me with some roses. He was already there when I got there. I'm a person that runs a little late. So we were supposed to meet at 6:45. and I got there very close to 7. I don't know that it was 7, but I know it was close to 7. It was past 6:50. It was past 6:50. So I was more than 5 minutes late. So I was probably like 15 minutes late. So, but I feel like it's a little wiggle room. I feel like that was okay. I mean, I alerted him that I was running late. So it's not like, and I do that with anybody. When I'm running late, I alert them. It's not like I'm going to have you out here just waiting on me and there's no communication. I don't believe in that. So, anyways, I get there like close to 7. Let's just say 7 o'clock. So, presented with the flowers. He's already seated and he has ordered himself a glass of wine. I was like, okay, I guess he couldn't wait for me. But okay, I mean, I know I'm a little late, but I could understand like water, but you're really supposed to wait for your guests to really like order. But I was like, okay, so he had a glass of wine. So, the menu, I was greeted with a menu by the waiter. He came over and gave me a menu and put my napkin in my lap and asked me if I knew what I wanted to drink. And I was just like, he was like, you want a white wine to start out with? And I was like, sure. And so I ordered, a white wine. So, he was like, what do you want? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I've never been here before. So I was looking over the menu. And when the waiter came back, he like made it he just kept making it known to the waiter, like, get her whatever she wants. She can have whatever she wants. Just bring her whatever she wants. Like he kept saying it, and it was just kind of like, okay, like I know I can get what I want. It's very generous of you. And you've told the waiter. So at this point, he knows I can get what I want. I know I can get what I want. So, I appreciate it, but it's okay. So I'm not a steak person, but he kept urging me to get a steak, and I must say the steak was good. He ordered glasses of wine with each course that we went through. Like you had to start out with the white, and then the red, and the sweet wine with dessert, and we shared a dessert, and the conversation was good. He was very pleasant. He was very generous. But let me tell you what it boils down to. He does not want what I want. I mean, I wasn't, attracted to him like to want to kiss him, but I could have went on another date with him if I felt like we wanted the same things, and we didn't. He explained to me that he found me to be very attractive. He travels a lot for work. He's in Richmond 50% of his time. He has a condo here. He would like to set me up at the condo. And when he comes in town, he would like to spend time with me. He'll, have me at the condo. He does not want to get married again. He does not want children. He is in his late 40s. That's not where he's at in life. And that ship has passed. And he found that in his last marriage, it taught him that he kind of likes when he's away to just kind of be away and not have to spend hours on the phone and keep coming back and forth because you got to try to maintain a life here and and you're traveling with work. So he just felt like him being a bachelor worked better for him, but he wants companionship and he's willing to make me comfortable for that companionship because he understands that it's kind of like expecting me to be available when he wants me to be available. So if that's the case, he can't expect for me to have to pay my bills and work and do all those things and still be available when he needs me to be available. So to take the pressure of that, he set me up at the condo. He would cover me on his insurance, and I could just be his companion. So he wanted a kept woman, and he married an Indian woman, and that did not work out. And he feels and he's found in his life that he's more attracted to black women, and that is who he pursues now. So he just wants to be true to himself. He doesn't want to kid anybody. He doesn't want to kid himself. So he's not trying to live up to, expectation of anybody in his family. His parents are deceased. And so he just, he's not gonna just be with an Indian woman for the sake of being with an Indian woman. He like black women, and that's who he gonna be with. He not gonna try to kid around and tell you he want to be married when he don't want to be married, because that's not what he want. He just wants to be straight up, with me, and he wants to know if I'm open to that. Well, I am not. I'm not open to that. I appreciated his honesty. I appreciated the meal. Okay, the meal was excellent. The wine was excellent. We spent over 3.5 hours on this date. And I mean, at this point, we had to, because I had drank 4 glasses of wine. So, I mean, but I was eating with the wine. So, and I'm not a lightweight, your girl got some weight on her. So I'm not a lightweight drinker. But, and I was eating the whole time. So, it was soaking up some of it. But still, I had to spend some time and not get in the car and go straight home. So we were in each other's company for like 3.5 hours. And yeah, it was like close to 11 o'clock when I got in the car, when he walked me to the car. Excuse me. And he was nice. Like I said, he was nice enough. And let me tell you something. Had I been in my 20s, I might would have done it. Like, if you're in your 20s and you really are not trying to get married and you're not trying to have children and you're just trying to have a good time, and you can have your free time when he out of town, you can be with your girls, party, do whatever, and you just need to be available when he come in town, and in advance he ain't doing no pop-ups and everything's scheduled, and if it is a pop-up, you can just adjust. I probably would have took that deal. You know what I mean? I would took that deal. Like, I just took that deal. Love to travel. I could just spend my money on traveling. I probably would have taken that deal. But I'm at a different place now. I am in my, like I said, late 30s. I want to be married. I want children, plural. And, I just want different things. And I can't be your concubine. I can't be your little kept woman, and I don't know. And this is the thing, I asked him, if you're willing to put the person that you want to spend time with here up, do you also have a place, other places, and you could have other women there? And he was like, well, that's a possibility, but I would never disrespect you. Yeah, that's not, I'm not with that either. Like, so I just couldn't do it. But I'm just saying, I see how women can get swept up into that life of, I wouldn't necessarily say it was a side piece, because he's never, he didn't present it as though, he was very transparent. So I feel like if he had someone that he was committed to and he just wanted you to be me to be the side piece, he would have said that. And he didn't present it that way. I just think he doesn't want to commit to anybody. He just wants to be free. But you just don't know how many other women he got, because he has enough money to have them, one over here in a condo, one in Atlanta in a condo, one in New York, because he goes to New York a lot for business, one in New York in a condo or a little apartment or whatever in a building. I just don't know what he has going on, and I just feel like he kind of feels like he doesn't really have to. I mean, he'll be as transparent as he wants to be, but he's not gonna tell you his every move. And he's gonna feel like, especially once you get settled with him and he feels like he's paying for where you stay and all that stuff, he's really gonna feel like, I mean, just play by my rules. Like, you're almost like a kept person. I'm not for it, but I can see how girls can maybe get caught up in that, because he's nice and he's generous and he gives you money. He pays for your place to stay, brings you flowers. He's a romantic, stuff like that. You're like, okay, but no, that wasn't for me. And I'm gonna tell you, he did not pay attention to my age on the dating site, because he thought that I was in my late 20s, early 30s. When I don't have my bonnet on, I got myself together. I look young, apparently. Black don't be cracking, unless you on crack, and I'm not. So he thought I was much younger than what I am, probably by like a decade. So at that point, he probably thought he had somebody that would go for what he was selling. Like, they were going to pick up what he was putting down. And unfortunately for him, I am 10 years older than 28 of where he really thought I was, and I'm not going to pick that up. I'm going to leave it where it is laying down. But it was nice, chatting with him. It was nice getting to know him. He gave me some good tips about, your portfolio, diversifying. So it was nice. It was a nice dinner, and I appreciate it. And um I feel like I'm more cultured as a result of it. I really do. So I don't think that it was a waste of time. I mean, that's not my person, but I think it was good that I went on the date, and I think it was good that I opened up a little bit and broadened my horizon. And yeah, I think it was good. I probably will stick to the black men. But I think it was good. It was a good thing. I mean, and I'm not opposed to going on a date with someone else who isn't black. I just think my heart just wants what it wants. But I just had to come and tell y'all that. So this is why I got my bonnet on, because I'm black. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. I don't know if he was ready for all this with the bonnet and how we do things, but I mean, he says he's attracted to black women, so I'm sure he's been around enough. I guess at this point he probably knows. We change our hair, we got our bonnet on, and all of that stuff. But I just really thought that was interesting, and I wanted to tell you all about it. Oh, Fleming's is good. You should try it. If you haven't tried it, you should try it. Oh, it's good. Good wine selection, good food. Yeah, very pricey, but good. So, fellas, it might be a nice place to take your girl on a special occasion. Ladies, it might be a good place to request to be taken when you find your boo, or if you already have your boo. But yeah, thanks for listening to me, y'all. Talk to you later. Mwah.